I'm Josslyn Glenn with News by Muse. And this movie has been a few years in the making. ASCO, not so much. It's about 50 years ago. And even at that time, ASCO was very subversive, even among the Chicano community. So how does it, 50 plus years later, reevaluating your legacy in this retrospective documentary?
Well, I think one of the most important things about ASCO at the time was that we were predicted not to survive whatsoever, considering the harsh quality of life in East LA in the 1970s, the Vietnam War, the way the police repression was taking place, the actual projections of people surviving at all out of an environment like that. The thing was that I think the group ASCO, one of the things that we showed was our resilience, the concept of being very creative in the midst of adversity, and also a constant learning and actually being able to coalesce with other members of the community to bring everyone together to understand that it's very important to create work that inspires others, not only within the Chicano community, but not only America, but throughout the world. And so that was one of the original talking points and action points with ASCO, and continues to be. So all of us that were involved have continue to produce work. Not all of us work together, but all of us have been on this kind of trajectory of forever making new work, making new ideas, contributing to the definitions of existing works, like the term Chicano, adding to that terminology, and particularly in this era where it's necessary to be assertive in the face of oppression and any kind of controls that would limit our rights to free speech and creativity.
You mentioned that the group was not expected to survive, and even some artists during that era did not survive, whether it was because of AIDS or what have you. And so, considering this documentary has been made, who would you have wanted among your friend group that maybe did not survive that would have been an excellent participant for this documentary?
Well, originally, when I asked the different members to join ASCO, one of the individuals who I had asked was a person by the name of Mundo Mesa. And Mundo Mesa had a different idea of what he wanted to do. He was quite an excellent artist, and he had intentions of doing work in West Hollywood. He was one of the original creative forces in West Hollywood. Another person would have been someone by the name of Lorraine Ordaz, who I wanted as a performer. But of course, as being at such a young age, she became a young mother, and other things interrupted her ability. But she did participate in some of the work in the 80s. But unfortunately, she too passed away a few years ago. And so there are quite a number of other people. The generation I came from, it was the Vietnam War. There was different kinds of illness. And again, poverty. And the way people just lived back then was not conducive to longevity. And again, one of the things about longevity is to have a really good attitude, have a sense of humor, and have a sense of belief in yourself. And that's what I wish for young people. They need to make sure that they understand that they are human beings that deserve a long, happy, strong, successful life, and not to believe any of the negativity that might be addressed to them.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gamboa. I hope you enjoy the screening.